All right, so advanced joint health. Again, one of those power-packed products that if you are in the sporting world can be a huge benefit, but also those of us who are maybe no longer 20, we're going to feel a little bit of discomfort in our joints from time to time. The advanced joint health has the boswellia extract as well as the glucosamine, amongst other wonderful things like the zinc, manganese, copper, vitamin C. All these work together to actually help promote more joint elasticity. It helps the connective tissue. So often when you have pain, whether it's just in your joints or in the muscles, so often the connective tissue is actually part of the problem. Whether you have a connective tissue issue where it is too loose and it's not functioning properly. I know there are a lot of people who struggle with that and then they dislocate joints all the time, but it's going to help on the other side too if the connective tissue is bound up and too tight. And it causes a lot of that achiness in the muscles. When the muscles are just fine, it's that connective tissue. So the joint health complex is great for helping you promote healthy connective tissue, healthy cartilage, and giving you that flexibility of the body. So the research, when I was looking at the studies, the research said 28% more joint comfort for people using the joint health complex and a 31% increase in their just ease of movement. So sometimes you will be more active naturally if your body has a little bit less pain. So that advanced joint health complex can be fantastic for keeping you moving.
I'm going to now jump in here and talk a little bit about our calcium products. So I want to start down here with the Osteomatrix. So Osteomatrix is our calcium complex that is really, really well formulated to help rebuild bone and bone growth. But it does so much more than that because sometimes calcium gets overlooked for some of the great benefits it has in terms of muscles. And so it relaxes our muscles. It can help with muscle spasms and backaches. It helps with heart muscles. It helps people relax and sleep better. Sometimes with the children, which is really great with the chewable, I'll talk about in a minute, they just need a little bit of help relaxing their muscles. So I love that. The other things I have found our Osteomatrix to be amazing for is because of that, the ability to feed the nerve endings and help with the muscles. It can help with hyperactivity and headaches. It is a huge asset in dealing with PMS and irritability and stress. So, and ADD, it's just a really great product. Calcium tends to be one of the harder nutrients to absorb into the body. So most calcium products on the market are really like a brick, right? They're just bound together so tight you cannot get it in. Shaklee's calcium is formulated so well. It breaks down quickly, it absorbs easily, but calcium also has to have a host of support nutrients to really get in the system. And that's why you see here the magnesium, the vitamin D, the vitamin K, zinc, copper, and manganese. The body needs to have that in conjunction with the calcium to get it to absorb. So I highly recommend, especially for women, because we do need to be on alert for our bone density as we age, that we take some at night. So I like to do some in the morning and some at night because our bodies do the most bone growth and laying down of new bone in our sleep. So in addition to the benefits of the relaxed muscles, it's really good to have that resource available for your body to build your bone while you're sleeping. So that is our Osteomatrix. If you look at the Chewable Cal Mag, it is our chewable form and it tastes good. It's really good to get in the system quickly. Also has that synergistic blend of those nutrients that is needed for absorption. It has some really cool side benefits that I wanted to talk about because our Chewable Cal Mag really helps with heartburn because of the magnesium in it. So if you are someone who has a little heartburn, there's some great products that Jess is going to talk about in our digestive section, but you can grab a Chewable Cal Mag and it'll work really well. And it's a lot healthier than doing your typical Tums or whatever you would do over the counter. So, and then my favorite story with this is actually probably the very first product experience I had is my son, who was maybe, I think, 6 at the time when I found Shackley, had chronic leg cramps. And he had had chronic leg cramps since he was 7 months old. He walked very young and he always had leg cramps. And he woke up most nights of the week. He would wake up crying because his legs cramped so bad. I didn't know any better. I kept trying to get him to drink more milk. The day I brought home my first Shackley order, I told him, because he hated milk, I said, if you will chew this calcium every day, I will never make you drink a glass of milk. And I'm telling you guys, day 2, his leg cramps went away and they never came back. It was so profound. And so I'm just a firm believer in calcium that absorbs. And our calcium that comes from milk typically doesn't even come close. And I have had my own proof of it, just black and white with my son and his leg cramps. So there you go.
And if we want to continue talking about like our bodies feeling good, our pain relief complex, okay, this is one that as an athlete, I have had my fair share of pain. I cannot not have the pain relief complex in my house. It is so good for getting rid of all that just muscle discomfort without having to take ibuprofen. And if you can avoid taking a medication, even an over-the-counter one, it is so much better in your body. And it is gentle on the stomach. There's no aspirin. Again, you come back with that boswellia extract, safflower extract, and all of that discomfort from either overexertion or sometimes you just slept funny and you've got a cramp in the neck or something like that. All of that you can relieve with your pain relief complex. But if not that, then we can move over to this joint and muscle pain cream. Now, I was not a believer of the external pain creams originally. In my world of sport, I didn't see any science that could promote any of these things to work with years and years of seeing things on the market. And then I found Shackley. And of course, Shackley doesn't do things without research. So I'm looking at this deep penetrating, non-greasy cream. I'm like, how is this going to do anything? And then I tried it. And I will tell you, between my daughter playing roller derby and having constant muscle pain and myself, we burn through this stuff on a very regular basis because it works. The first time I even put it on my daughter, she was like, the next morning she was, Mom, I need more of that cream stuff, whatever it was. It actually helped her muscles relax so that she could sleep and recover overnight. So really an amazing kind of 1-2 punch if you're dealing with pain, whether it's from overuse from sport or simply just discomfort because you slept funny or you tripped off the stairs and fell, whatever it may be. And then finally, we've got our Turmeric Boost. We've got a couple of products that have like a bazillion possible good things that they can do, and turmeric is one of them. I actually did an entire like 45-minute webinar just on turmeric and its benefits. There's so much science behind the curcumin that comes in turmeric. However, if you just take a turmeric powder, there isn't enough of the curcumin in there, or the curcuminoids, to actually do anything. You need a more condensed version of that. And that's what Shackley put together in our Turmeric Boost. And then they added 5 milligrams of black pepper extract because it's also one of those things that's really hard for the body to absorb. So you might go, well, I'm taking all the good things, but if your body can't take it in, then it's doing you no good. And oddly enough, that little bit of black pepper is what it takes to allow your body to absorb the curcumin in the turmeric so that you can actually utilize it. And what it is one of the most powerful antioxidant, anti-inflammatories that you could possibly take. So when you think about prevention, so many of our long-term diseases, whether it's heart disease, diabetes, any number of these long-term diseases that are just because people are living a slightly less healthy life, they all start as a result of inflammation in the body. So simply taking an anti-inflammatory that is this powerful can be huge on a prevention end. So keeping that inflammation down in your body will help all systems function so much more powerfully.
Remember when doing everyday chores was simple? And simple pleasures were, well, a pleasure. If you're one of the millions of Americans with joint discomfort, just the thought of moving can keep you from doing the things you love. Now you can get back to active fast with Advanced Joint Health Complex. It contains a fast-acting, patent-pending form of Boswellia extract, shown in a clinical study to improve joint comfort in as few as 5 days, up to 28% faster joint comfort than claimed by the leading brand. In a clinical study, the key ingredient in Advanced Joint Health Complex worked 45% better than the leading brand at improving joint comfort, and 31% better at improving ease of motion. Each serving contains the most concentrated form of glucosamine, an essential building block of cartilage, clinically proven to promote mobility, enhance flexibility, and improve joint function, and other nutrients that play critical roles in building collagen and cartilage. Advanced Joint Health Complex is also chondroitin-free for better glucosamine absorption, and it's natural, 100% vegetarian, shellfish-free with no added artificial flavors, sweeteners, or preservatives. And it's 100% guaranteed. If your joints have been slowing you down, get back to active fast with Advanced Joint Health Complex from Shaklee.